Welcome once again to the FGA Report. I am your host, Brian Smith, and joining me tonight from Baldwin County High School, Diondre Jackson, defensive back, class of 2023. Diondre, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it, buddy. How you doing this evening?
Man, I'm doing good. How about you?
I can't complain too much. Can't complain. So you're a 5'11", 175-pound safety. You had 9 picks last year. Kind of flew under the radar a little bit. Some of the South Alabama kids sometimes do. But you're a rising player. Play with Gulf Coast Athletics. Your shirt obviously signaling that. Tell
Yes,
us
sir.
a bit about playing football. Like, what's it mean to you, and what's your upbringing with the game of football?
Football. It means a lot. It means a lot to me. I grew up around the sport. I've been putting in the work, and I don't know. It's everything to me. Just playing ball, seeing it, playing it. It's just everything to me.
Well, the state of Alabama is obviously very football crazy, and it has been my entire life. I've always followed Alabama and Auburn just because, they're good football programs and all that. And I've started to learn more about the prep programs, and not just like Thompson or, Saraland or somebody that you hear about, but it's across the board. Daphne's had players for years, Phoenix City Central. And it's kind of cool that your high school came out of nowhere last year and they had a good season. And there's, it just shows that if you stay the course and your players continue to get better, that there's
Yeah,
an opportunity. I mean, Thompson didn't just overnight become a good football program. It took them time too. You get players that get better. Sometimes you get lucky and you have a special player like they got Peter Woods right now. Everybody needs a guy like that to get completely over the top. But like, were you guys? When did you know that like your high school team was going to be pretty good last year?
well, I knew like coming in my ninth grade year that like we had talent. Like
Okay.
I know that we could have went for my freshman year, but you know we were just young and stuff. But when I got in 10th grade, that's when I knew like, oh yeah, we got a chance at going far into the upcoming season. So my 11th grade hit, we just went far. We put in the work and we went far.
Okay. Well, that's great. Well, just to get going here, I've got some of your film up. I'm going to share it with the screen and we'll take a look at it. This
Uh,
is one of my favorite things to do. Is just watching film. I watch film all the time anyway. So you told me
yeah,
before the show that you return kicks, so you put the first one on here on the film, so that kind of self-explanatory. And you obviously have good foot speed.
oh
So,
yeah.
which team was it in this play that you were going against? White uniforms.
That was Hillcrest Tuscaloosa.
Oh, okay. They got the quarterback, if I remember. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
Wow, pretty good move after the play right here to get after you get the ball, taking it all the way back. Do you
oh
try
yeah.
to read the quarterback? What's your key to like jump around? What is it you're trying to do?
I mean, I know the people I play with. Like we grew up together. Like I don't know. I just got a feel for like what I need to do every play. If that makes sense.
Well, that means you have natural instincts for the game of football, and there's certainly nothing wrong with that. Uh,
Yeah.
you're one of the few defensive backs that I would say just has the ability to catch the ball really well. Most DBs don't get 9 picks because they can't catch. Just straight up, they can't catch. And
Right.
you could play receiver. Do you play much receiver at your high school too, at Baldwin, or do you not play any at all?
Actually, like they how we got it set up now. They trying to get me to play wide receiver and stuff. But like this is my first year ever like catching the pick. Like my 10th grade year, I started, but I never caught an interception. This is my first year catching an interception. I caught 9, which is surprising. But yeah,
Well,
I should be playing wide receiver this
well,
coming year.
having ball skills is certainly going to help you regardless, because obviously you find a way to get to the football, and if you're on the other side of the ball, you still got to catch it. So you can run all the routes you want, but if you don't catch the ball, it don't happen. Even that
Right.
one right there, which was really easy, a lot of guys probably would have dropped it. let's be honest, a lot of DBs got hands of stone. So it's just true. And it changes games. When you actually make the play, you have to make those critical plays in close
Right.
games. And that's what college coaches look for. So, um, what about the high school you're at? Like, have they just had a long drought before like your group of kids came through of not making the playoffs? If they never like, I don't know much about Baldwin. What's the deal with Baldwin?
Well, the deal with Baldwin County, we got like I don't know. People say that like we got the best athletes around, like Baldwin County, and like that's true. Like growing up in Bay Minette, like I've seen some like the most talented guys come through Bay Minette, and I really don't know. I really don't know why they didn't go far because we had some good athletes come through. Like
Huh.
I really don't know the deal. It's good athletes in Bay Minette. Like you
What?
can come to one of our practices right now and like you'll see some talent everywhere on the field.
Well, I mean, you guys are what, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that from Mobile. It's not like you're that far. So I'm sure you got some of the Mobile kids that live out there. And Alabama
Mm-hmm.
kids are crazy about football anyway. So, I mean, it really doesn't make much sense to me. I was like, I've never heard of the high school, but I knew where that town was. So that's kind of interesting to me. But playing defense for you, though, as the film winds down there, you're obviously really good in the passing game. What do you need to work on to be better overall as a football player beyond, catching picks, jumping routes, things of that nature? What do you need to work on?
I feel like I need to work on open space tackles. I feel like that plays a big part in games. Like,
Sure.
I'm the last line of defense, so I think open field tackle would probably be one of the things I need to work on.
What do you guys do to work on tackling in practice? This basic tackling drills, hitting dummies and stuff. Do you guys do live tackling? What's some of the stuff you guys do there?
We got our days where all we work on is form and how you're supposed to tackle. Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, like you said.
Okay. Well, some high schools take it different routes and they try to mitigate how many times kids hit during the season, beyond fall camp, which everybody pretty much hits during fall camp. That's kind of how you set your depth chart. But it's interesting because, there's less and less hitting now because everybody's worried about head injuries and different things like that. So, have you always played safety or did you ever play any corner or any other positions?
Oh yeah, well, growing up, I played running back. Like
Oh,
I
okay.
never played defense, but like I hit ninth grade, and like it wasn't a choice I made. But we got different head coach now. So my ninth grade year, we had this one head coach, and he didn't know what position I played, so he tried me at safety, and I just stuck with it, and now I'm making the best of it.
Well,
That's it.
that's what you do. It looks like to me with 9 interceptions, it's an opportunity for you to end up playing some college football at some point. I know you're a little bit under recruited now. Have you heard from any schools? Like, what's your situation currently with colleges, and who would you like to hear from?
Um, I definitely heard from colleges. I really like. I really feel like I should be SEC.
I mean, you had 9 picks and you had three
Yeah,
kickoffs for touchdowns. It's not like you're not a really good athlete. But did you have a favorite school growing up?
Alabama, Alabama.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Are you from a family that just supports Alabama, or is that just you in general?
Oh, my dad, he a real Alabama fan, and like I just grew up seeing him get excited and stuff. Every time they come around on TV, and like
Okay.
fell in
There's
love with
nothing wrong
Alabama.
with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Last thing, I talked to one of the guys that you know real well, runs Gulf Coast Athletics, and he's a really good guy, and he's one of those people that really kind of looks out for the kids in a sense, and they got a good program, training program, 7-on-7. And actually, you guys will be down my way, closer to Tampa, where I live, this next week. And I find it interesting. There's so many kids in your area like yourself that aren't broadcasted, for lack of a better phrase. in this next, I don't know, next 2-3 weeks, a lot of 7-on-7 tournaments, people start to learn about kids. But early March, I'm going to go through your area, and I know I told you about this off the show. I'm going to do a little, I don't know, I don't want to say combine, but some kind of workout. Going to have Gulf Coast Athletics, C3, 7-on-7, 2 groups kind of get together. May have some other kids somewhere in your area, the greater Pensacola to Mobile area, and get some guys together. So I'm hoping to see you guys this coming weekend at the tournament. I'm going to be at DR7's having a tournament at Gulf Coast going to be at. You'll be there. But that'll be an opportunity for me to broadcast a lot of kids from the greater Mobile area. And for anybody out there, if they hit me up to Twitter in my name right there, I'll explain a little more. I just kind of want to give some background. But Diondre, thank you very much for coming on the show, man. It's always good to talk to us about. Oh, absolutely. It's great to have some variety. I try to talk to kids from Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. So breaking into the Alabama market has not been the easiest thing. Some of those people don't know me as well, but Mobile area, man, where you from? They got a lot of talent. So I look forward to covering it. And stay on here real quick. But everybody, make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that notification button. Have more kids on like Diondre. And it's going to be a lot of different reports. I just got done with some 7-on-7 in Orlando. But everybody, have a great night. Be safe.